Hey folks, it's Bishopheals, baby, from the ECF forums and host of Vape TV. Man, I am giving this copperhead a hell of a freaking workout, man. This is the dual mesh coils over here. Forget about it. This thing is phenomenal, phenomenal. But I'm not here to discuss this yet. I will be doing a review on this a little bit later, but I am still pumping the hell out of it that I'm just waiting for these coils to break on me so I can actually build a whole new set with you live and do the review. So unfortunately, it's going to be a few more days for that. But as I said, I'm not here to talk about the copperhead. I'm actually here to talk about a particular Addy. You won't mind another vape, do you? Nah. Oh, all right. Now I'm good. All right. Let's talk about a drip Addy. And it's you know, I was a little skeptic about doing this review. I'm going to tell you the truth. I am a little skeptic about doing this review because it resembles very, very close to the spheroid. Okay, a lot may call it a clone. You know, it has similar features as it is on the spheroid, though I never owned a spheroid, to tell you the truth, to compare it head to head. So the only thing what I can tell you is an honest review on this atomizer. Okay, is all what I can give you. Okay, so I took it all apart because this atomizer arrived in this tin can. Yep, with the eagle wheels. Forget about it. Oh, this thing came out really nice. Look at that. It was actually inserted in there, and of course it came with a note. And you know what the note says? Yeah, it said go fuck yourself. Nah, I'm just kidding. Nah, bullshit. That's what it says. Okay, wick and wire not included. 50-60 euros. Okay, meanwhile on the site, okay, it's 69 euros. Okay, converted to US dollars, it's about $94. Okay, almost $95 for this atomizer. Now, is it worth the price? Well, we're here to tell you right now if it is or not on this review. Forget about it, so stick around, and we're going to give this thing a go. But before we do, I'm going to show you this Addy. There we go. So it's here. Okay. Now, I took it all apart. Okay. This Addy comes as you see it, but assembled. Okay. And what I did was I unscrewed the 510. And the reason why I unscrewed the 510 is because this Addy on the deck, let me show you. Let me bring up my focus. There we go. See these knurled screws? Very easy by hand. Okay, and to screw the wire. Okay. However, the nut that's there, this was a little loose, so I had to unfasten it. And luckily, my stars, I see Phillips heads down there. Look at that. So what I did was I tightened them. I tightened them to the point that the eagle was screaming. Yeah, the eagle was flapping and screaming. Forget about it. Oh, I tell you. But that's what I did. First thing I did was I wanted to tighten down these nuts all the way down, because I was mentioning to a friend of mine that as is, I put a 1.2 ohms coil on here and it was registering at 1.4 and change, even though this was tight down. So, but this was loose, so that was giving off the ohms. I had to take it apart and really tighten down those Phillips. That's it. That's all what I did. So I took a micro screwdriver that you see here, and I just tightened it down. So once I tighten it down, we're going to be testing it out. That's for sure. Okay, so this part, I'm going to show you the parts. So this is the base. This is what comes, this is the 510 right there. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put it in this way. And there are threads. It's this part, and this part has threads. So you would want to counterclockwise until you hear the little snap, snap-a-roo. And once you hear it, you you can start screwing it in like this, okay? So let me focus that. So we start doing this, we screw it in all the way, and make it a little quicker. Do it a little quicker. You can just pinch it with the pair of pliers, 510, and just keep turning it, like so. Okay, until it can't go no more. And then press down the plastic and turn it just a little bit more, but not too much because it has to breathe. Okay. Alright. Next thing what you want to do is you want to take your 510 cap, which is this. Put this on, and this is also a screw on. That, and there's a screw for the 510 post. Put it right in. It's a Phillips. And this will ensure that the cap, the base cap, this part right here and this part on the base doesn't get, doesn't come out. So you want to make sure that the screw's a little bit out so that it touches for the 510 connector, and that's it. So that's the base. Okay, so we got the base ready now. Okay, now, like I said, this thing is identical. Let me rephrase that. It's very similar to the spheroid, because you see this component. This is where, which they included. They included me some wick. They also included me some foam, which we're going to use. Okay, and these are cotton foams. Take one, okay, and what we're going to do is this right here, we wrap it. Now, I for one don't think I'm going to need this whole entire thing, so I'm going to be cutting half. Okay, so now, yeah, because, see, it covers the whole thing already. See? There's the whole thing already. So now what I'm going to do is put this in the cylinder. In the cylinder, okay, and as you can see, going all the way. So I'm going to put that here. Next thing we're going to do is get some wick. Wow, this is some stiff wick we got here. This is 3M wick. So and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some micro coils. So what I'm going to do is get a 3/32 drill bit, and with this 3/32, I'm actually going to be using I'm going to be using 25 gauge Canton. going to do like microcoils. So that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6, that's 7, and this is 8. Okay, 8. A total of 8 wraps. And I'm going to tighten them. Beautiful. Okay, so next thing what we're going to do, we're going to mount them. And as we mount them, like this, we're going to keep it dead center. Okay, dead center. Just to show you, let me focus it up a bit. There we go. See that? Dead center to the hole. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck in the wire. Like so. Use my fingers to bring it down, the nut. And I'm going to tighten the nut. Like so. Now what I'm going to do the same on the other side. Bring it in. And I like to bring it under. And I start unscrewing. Okay, so that's tightened. That one's tightened as well. So now we cut those end points. We're going to make this very, very juicy vape. A really good, solid rock ass vape. So now what I'm actually going to do, I'm just going to adjust the wires. So it's right in the center. Now what I want to do is I want to raise up the coils just a little bit of a hair, because see, it's right, it's not touching. You can see it's not touching. Okay? But I just want to raise it just a little bit up. As you can see, she glows evenly. Okay, see if I can adjust that. There we go. See that? It glows evenly, baby. Evenly. Ooh, this is going to be a good vape. This is going to be a good vape. It better be a good vape, I tell ya. Forget about it. Let me just pinch them a little bit together. Make sure that these nuts are tight. Like that, huh? Nuts. And there we go. Now what we're going to do is check the ohms. We're at 0.8. Okay. Now, that's okay. So now what we're going to do is, now we're going to install the wick. And the way I'm going to do that, take a piece of the 3M wick, take a piece of the wire, put it together like that. Cross it through like that, okay? Then, very gently, I squeeze in the two ends of the wicks, get a pair of pliers, and very gently now, this can be used as a dripper, which I'm going to show you right now. So, I'm going to drip down the hole on the coil. This is the drip tip. I'm going to vape on it. Really, I'm getting a lot of hot vape right now, even at 0.8 ohms. This is a build that you really don't want to go below 0.7, 0.6 unless you want to burn your tongue, because the concentration of the airflow is coming directly from the center, hitting the coil, from the coil is going straight in. So it's going to be an enormous amount of heat. Enormous amount of heat. Vape's pretty good. Now I'm going to try it kind of like a tank. Okay, so I'm gonna wet my coil again one more time. I'm gonna use this, okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add about 2 mils of juice, which is about 20 drops. Okay. Now that that's all saturated, and the wick that's there, I'm going to make sure it's touching it, going towards the direction of the foam. Seal it. Okay. Add the same drip tip that comes with it. Right on top. Well, somehow this drip tip is not the drip tip that comes. It's more for this. You would have to use your own drip tip. I wish you would have given me a drip tip that goes with this, okay? But apparently they didn't. The only thing I received was these compartments and this. So I'm gonna have to use my own drip tip, which is weird. There we go. I got one. Wow. Very interesting. I wonder. Excuse me. Let's add it on here. And what I'm going to do is bring it up to 20 watts. So I'm going to put it up to 20 watts. I'm not liking the foam. This material, that's not how the juice tastes like. It's like altering the taste. Sorry, I'm just not, you know, I love cotton. I love silica wick. But this right here, I can't. There's no way. So I'm gonna put that down. I'm gonna enable back my drip tip. Okay, the dripper portion of it. And we'll do 20 watts. Oh yeah, much better. So clearly, for this material, I would go and outsource a different material. Vapor Freak, if you're listening to me, I'm sorry, but this is definitely a thumbs down for me right now. This right here is the only thing. Everything else works intended. I mean, I'm getting good taste, good flavor, good throat hit right now as a dripper. However, with that foam, it altered the taste of my juice to something else that wasn't agreeable. Unless I have to boil this and then use it, maybe, but it shouldn't have to. Shouldn't have to. But I do have an idea. Of course. My idea is this. Cotton. Let's use cotton. Take this out. Tossing that out. Alright. Let's use cotton. Okay. Here's a fresh roll of cotton. Alright? Look at this. I'm doing your work for you. Forget about it, alright? So anybody that buys this, alright, and you don't have to go to that feeling, okay? This is what you can do. Look at this. I am rolling cotton. Cotton. Look at that. Don't fret. Cotton. All around. Okay? Take this bazoot. Screw it in. Screw it in. Look how it looks from the inside. You see that? Real nice, right? Now let's stick that up with juice. Now this is an experiment, but I have a feeling this is going to work. Because there's nothing faulty with this cotton. Hell no. I use this cotton in major sub-ohm levels here. Okay, it's super saturated. Let's take this off. Make sure that the wick, there we go. Now, use this drip tip, because somehow I didn't receive the drip tip that should go with this, but that's okay. 20 watts, 0.8 ohms. Hell yeah! Forget about it! Oh yeah! Could use some more juice. Could use more juice. But hey, it's working. It's working as intended. Add some more juice. Now she working. Now she working. So this is the Xplora. 69 euros, about $95 US. Unfortunately, the foam that comes with it, use it at your own safety. I mean, the taste of it just, wasn't there. You know, cotton helped out. However, cotton is not going to allow it to keep dripping down as quick as something like this would. So, but as for a quick, easy fix, I put in cotton, and it works. It works, that's for sure. So that is the Xplora. I'm going to put in the link in the descriptions. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Live hard and vape hard. Forget about it.